Hello, everybody. All right. So here we have the image, the reference, and our stencil template here. And you'll find a link to both of these down in the description. So aquí están las fotos para hoy. Y es la foto de referencia y la foto que vamos a usar para cortar nuestra plantilla. Pueden hallar el link en la descripción para las dos fotos donde las pueden bajar completamente gratis en la descripción de este video. So you could download the links. You could go to the links in this description, download these completely free, and then cut them out yourself. I also have the link to the stencil stuff and everything else that you'll need to do this exercise. So en la descripción también hay links para el plástico que usamos acá para las curvas y para todo pues que van a necesitar para hacer este ejercicio. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. And let me move you guys just a little bit right there. And farther back right there. Cool. So voy a empezar. I'm just going to start off with some gray. And I'm just going to go around this edge. So voy a empezar con gris. Y nomás le voy a dar todo alrededor aquí. Now for the background, I'm not really going to follow the picture. Because I have a certain vision that I want to accomplish. And that's what I want to do. So that's kind of what I'm going to focus on doing. So para la parte de atrás yo voy a seguir mi propio diseño. No voy a seguir la referencia porque yo quiero que se mire de una cierta manera. But I'm just going to do something like this. Because, I don't know if you know, but the Division 2 is based in Washington, D.C., so I'm kind of doing the capital here. And then, maybe got that with some pillars or something over here. So just doing it really quick. I'm not really going super detailed on this. And then maybe we got a city way back in the distance over there. So nomás le estoy dando rápidamente al juego. La División 2 se trata en Washington. So nomás le estoy dando una forma así de los edificios del capítulo, pues, de la capital. And then I'm going to switch to some purple. So voy a cambiar a morado. Load up some purple. And I'm just going to kind of haze it in around the edge. Lightly, right? So nomás le voy a dar alrededor. Ligeramente para sombrearlo hacia adentro. And the purple does show up on camera. Nice. Right, and then I'm going to, once we have that nice haze in, let it dry. And I'm just going to start kind of coming in with this, like a smoky, like a wave here. Just cutting all this in here. So, para hacer mi parte de atrás, yo voy a cortar con el morado, así, estas líneas, más o menos como humo para los lados. All the way down to here. Same thing on the other side. La misma cosa del otro lado. And I'm just kind of use this to separate the foreground and the background. And kind of give the background a cool little look at the same time. Shade that all in, and then I'm going to come in with some black. Y ahora voy a cambiar a negro. Right. I'm just going to come in and just shade that all in off the back. So cambiando al negro aquí, nomás le voy a dar todo alrededor al morado aquí para combinar el negro y el morado, para hacerlo que se mire como que está el morado está saliendo del negro, pues así hacia el centro. And if I could get rid of that glare, that'd be great. It's about as good as it's gonna get. And then I'm gonna take my curve here, my number 1 curve, and I'm just gonna work in some smoke, just a little bit of edges here and there, So nomás usando la curva aquí voy a darle un poco de humo con el negro. And I just want this kind of coming in just randomly. But I do want some of those sharp edges. And this is all to represent what's called the dark zone in the game, which is where all the players fight. You know, where you kind of go and you do your PvP action. I'm just gonna kind of bring those in. Right, simple, fast. Here's a quick tip: if you can put some tapes, and then when you want to hold your stencils up, bam, you could hold it up right away. Quick, simple. So moving on, we're gonna start here with our gun. Gonna fill in that spot where I already had the piece removed, and we're gonna start from the bottom. And in this case, I have this arm here. Right. So voy a empezar de la parte de abajo. And I'm just gonna fold this all going down right here. So nomás voy a doblar esto todo para abajo aquí. Make sure we keep our letters nice and in check. And I keep them in there. And as you can see, I've made this stencil out of paper. And it's really only because I only plan to do this picture only once. I'm not planning to do this again. This is just kind of something I'm doing for myself and for fun. And for you guys. So I don't waste more plastic. I'm just using a piece of paper on this one. I can just fold that down right there. And we're going to start off with some black. Y como pueden ver, esta plantilla está cortada de papel porque este dibujo nomás lo tengo planeado de pintarlo una vez y luego ya de allí, o sea, ya no tengo planes para usar esta plantilla. So es más económico usar una plantilla de papel. Pero aquí empezando con, actually, I'm going to start off with some gray. Voy a empezar con gris y usando nuestra curva aquí voy a empezar a hacer nuestra tela. Right, so I'm going to start making the jacket and just kind of using the template here. Use that nice edge, and you can really build it up one layer at a time where it's folded like that. See? Build one edge, build the next, and just kind of work your way around. So todo lo que estamos haciendo es recreando la tela y usando nuestra foto de referencia aquí. Nomás le vamos a dar unas de estas orillas y luego un poco de mano libre alrededor de la curva, ¿verdad? Y más dándole forma a nuestra tela aquí. Y de verdad que ya en este momento es muy bueno empezar detalladamente. Este es un ejercicio más avanzado. Si tienen pensado en empezar este ejercicio, estén seguros de que pueden hacer sus líneas y puntos finos sin tener muchos problemas. So this exercise is a little bit more advanced, as you can see. So if you plan on taking one of these exercises on like this, I suggest you already kind of know how to make nice fine lines, nice smooth lines and dots, because it'll make it just that much easier. As you can see, all I'm doing is really just building up these tones here and just kind of using my reference picture and working my way around using a French curve to really give some of those edges in, right? So, And you just draw what you see on the reference, right? Don't just go off on your own and start, you know, making stuff up. Make sure you keep looking over and drawing what you see. Add in every little detail that you see. And, you know, the longer you take, obviously the nicer it's gonna look. And once you're done with the gray, we're gonna switch to some black. We're not moving anywhere. We're gonna stay right here. We're gonna hit some of these lines again, bring them out. So ya cuando caben con el gris, cambian al negro. Quédense en la misma área, no se muevan, quédense aquí, empiecen a darle forma. Y usando la curva aquí pueden empezar a darle detalle al diseño y nomás ligeramente empezar a la tela y el diseño, ¿verdad? El dibujo. Usen la referencia, estén seguros de chequear la referencia cada minuto, y lo más que miren la referencia, lo más que el dibujo les va a empezar a salir como la referencia, lo más que se va a parecer. Right, all I'm doing is just working my way around. See, and we're getting this little cool blend effect, which is what we want. Make sure you get those edges in there. Maybe you want to do some nice close-up freehand stuff. As you can see, we got our nice little shape going in there. Get you guys nice and close there. And we filled in this whole area right here. So ya pueden acercarnos y pueden ver de que ya el dibujo ya está tomando forma aquí, ¿verdad? Y luego moviéndonos a esta área de acá. What's up, Cristian Rojas, Nightmare Rick? Thank you, sir, and you're welcome, I guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start working on this side, and again, same process. We're just gonna start off with some gray, and we're gonna use our French curve here. Now this side over here actually doesn't have that many like, it's not as filled in, right? It has more sharp areas. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna use both of our stencils here, and we're gonna make these areas. Right, first off, let's start off with doing this one big blind going this way. So esta área de acá no está tan rellenada, pues, ¿verdad? So estas áreas de acá, ¿verdad? Donde tiene el dibujo, estas líneas, usando nuestras dos curvas aquí, lo que vamos a empezar a hacer es, usando las dos orillas aquí, podemos empezar a darle forma, ¿verdad? Más o menos den cuenta de cómo van sobre el dibujo. So just check your design and kind of use your reference. I'm trying as best as I can here, but I'm also trying to be quick so that it doesn't take us 2 hours to paint this, just for your guys' sake. And maybe we got one like this. Right. And like always, I wouldn't worry too much if it doesn't look exactly like it right away, because all we're doing is getting a base in there. Then we're gonna come in, right? Do some freehand around it. And this way we start off with the gray as well, so I'm not super committed to it. And we can switch off to the black, and then we can really come in here and start cutting in some shapes. So ya cambiando al negro ya le podemos empezar a dar forma al dibujo. Y usando nuestras orillas aquí podemos más o menos combinar el gris y el negro. Right, and you want those nice gray edges so when you add the black, when they're nice and fine, you kind of have those nice hard edges right up in there already. And maybe just a little darker right there. Next one goes down. Right, we get it as best as we can. And don't worry about it too much for now, because we're going to come back in with some white and give it some white highlights. And we're going to keep moving. And I think I want to start right here with this. So voy a empezar aquí en esta área. Oh, you know what? Actually, we need to take off our rest of our. So voy a quitar lo demás de nuestra plantilla. Aquí de abajo. Make sure to leave the letters behind. And the reason we take this off next is because this is actually going to uncover the gun, which is where we're going to start. And I guess all I want to do is save this piece right here where it says Tom Clancy's, because we're going to use that at the very end to come in and put that in white. So it's okay if it rips. It's paper after all. So está bien si se rompe, nomás es de guardar esa área donde dice ahí el Tom Clancy y guardar esa área, right? So once you take the rest of that off, that leaves this gun here exposed, and that's actually where we're going to start. So yeah, I almost forgot. I planned ahead and I almost forgot. Right? And so what we're going to do here is I'm going to bring up the black from the bottom to the up. Right? So voy a empezar con el negro. Y nomás lo voy a combinar aquí con nuestro diseño. Make sure we go over this edge right here. Come all the way around. Right. And come all the way around. Blend that in right there. And our little guy is actually there. He's actually cut out. And we're just going to go over the letters pretty good. Go around. Simple. Fast, simple, quick. And you should have all your letters placed in place. And now we can come back in with some gray and start working on our gun here. So ya rellenando todo eso con negro, podemos empezar aquí con nuestro gris. Right, and it's not just all gray, it has kind of these like lines, shaded in lines, and just using your reference picture again. Get all that all in there. So aquí nomás igual usando la fotorreferencia empezamos a rellenar aquí estas áreas con el gris. Right, come back in with some black. And just lightly hit the edge. No le vamos a dar aquí a la orilla ligeramente. And that edge really light, as you can see. I'm just barely letting it go over the edge. And then we're going to add the rest of our little shadows in here. We got a dark one coming in here. Got one like that. Add a little shading down here. Going around the little hole there. Bam. And from there, now we can move to this piece. So ahora sí ya podemos quitar esta parte de aquí. And this is a pretty big, pretty long piece. And we want to start here because it's kind of the first and the darkest spot going in the back. So starting there, and there's actually lots of detail going on in here, right? So again, we're going to take our curve, so vamos a tomar nuestra curva, and we're going to start adding that detail that goes in there. Be careful not to go off into this area, right? We already painted that. Don't go back over there. You know, keep it in your area. Make sure you keep them separated. So again, some of this is kind of hard in there. A lot of it's not, but I'm just going to go ahead and give me some guidelines here. And then I'm going to use this as a shield over here. So unas de estas áreas están bien definidas y otras no. And all I'm doing is coming in with some black and just adding a little vague detail there. Because there's something there, but it's not so defined that you could tell what it is, right? It's like some pouches or something. So that's all we're doing right there. Then we're going to move on to this side right here, this long piece here. Same thing. We're going to use our edge here. Kind of give ourselves a second edge. So usando la orilla, le vamos a dar una segunda orilla. So now there's a little bit of space between the end of the stencil and where I painted, right? And we're going to go ahead and hit that little edge as well. So vamos a dar esa orilla también. Y luego ya todo esto lo podemos rellenar con negro, ¿verdad? So again, I'm just going to use this as a shield right here. We're going to kind of just fill that all in with black. Quick, fast, simple. Then we can move on to our next piece here. So right, moving on up. That would be this piece here. This little piece. Take that off. And this is just kind of like a second band that he has going across there. And we're just going to go ahead and using our shield here, keep that line. And we're going to fill that in. Not all the way to the edge. We're going to kind of let it go a little bit. Come back with gray and hit that edge where we left it so that the edge is gray. We have this white edge coming in here. It's a little highlight. And we're going to keep going. So from there, we're going to work our way on the arm over here. So ya de ahí podemos empezar a seguirle a nuestro hombro acá. Y lo que voy a hacer is, again, all I'm going to do is take my hard edge here, right, on this big number 3 curve. Use a little bit of black. Just going to lightly hit that edge right there. Just really light. Get it in there. Hit this bottom edge, because this is like a pouch he has right here. Right, so all you want to do is create a little like a L, I guess. And from there, we're going to switch to the gray, right? Once you have that in black, switch back to gray. And we're going to blend that in, right? Again, using your reference picture. Clean off the dry tip. Make sure you get in there nice and close. Right? And just draw what you see. You know, you're kind of focused in on an area, so make sure you stay focused in on that area. Right? Same thing over here. So usando la referencia aquí, ya nada más empiecen a pintar lo que ven en la referencia, usando la orilla aquí que pintamos. ¿Verdad? once we have that gray in there, then we can come in with the black, right? And you don't have to come in all crazy with the black. You just kind of start working in that little bit of detail that's there. Get in there nice and close. Nice and easy. You don't want to overdo it right away. So, empezando con el negro, y aquí ya empezamos finamente agregándole detalle, ¿verdad? So, trabajar muy cercanamente. Más ligeramente y suavemente empezar a agregarles el detalle que ven sobre la referencia. Right, that's all we're doing is just adding that detail that we see in the reference picture, little by little, piece at a time. Right, this is all black. There you go. We have another piece right on top of that. Right. And again, just come in with some gray. That was black, but let's hit that edge with gray. Then shade it in. Empezando con el gris y luego combínenlo con el negro. Right, and that your pouch is already outlined there. It's detailed there. It's already in place. Right. So it's starting to look like something. And we got something going on here. You can kind of see it. And so we're going to switch back over this way. And we're going to go ahead and take off the hand. So vamos a empezar a quitar la mano. And using our curve again. And some gray. So empezando con la curva y con gris. Empezar a agregar el detalle como lo ven. Sobre el diseño, so just add the design, add the detail the way you see it in the picture. I'm just using the curve here to bring the fingers out. Shade those in. We're going to switch to some black. So ya teniendo así empezado el detalle, ¿verdad? Y aquí empezamos con el negro. Y ahora sí empezamos a detallarlo muy bien. So once you got your black in there, you can really start detailing it out. You go around and add that glove. So ya aquí ya podemos empezar a detallar los guantes. It's just, some wrinkles in the gloves. Right, and get that little detail in there. Nice and simple. So nomás agreguen el detalle a lo mejor que puedan. Saber la referencia. Tomen su tiempo. No es una carrera, ¿verdad? No. Bueno, para mí sí, yo no puedo estar aquí 3 horas explicándole, pero tómense su tiempo. So there you go, you got the hand in there, right? We're going to leave the watch, and we're going to take off this whole other side right here. So dejando el reloj, y vamos a quitar toda esta otra parte de aquí. It goes all the way around. Bam. Right, and from here, start with some gray. Same thing process as this side, right? We're gonna just start working in some detail, nice and easy. Not really going too crazy here, but we do have a pocket that we have to build. So hay un bolsillo aquí que tenemos que armar. So usando nuestras curvas aquí, vamos a armar el bolsillo. So we're just going to use our curve here to get our pocket built up, kind of in place. Right? We're shading this all in as we go. And then we have a bunch of you see these curves here, that's why they're so handy, is you got quite a few of those, so you can just kind of mix them up in there to really get some nice effect of kind of some wrinkles and some fabric, and you just combine it with some freehand. Right, I probably should have looked at the reference a little more on this side, but it's fine. It still looks like fabric. I'll just kind of add some details there, some shading. Then we're going to switch to some black. Ya cambiando el negro. Gonna keep our edge right here. Fill that in. Make sure you keep your edge of your gloves here, so you can tell the difference. Do the same thing on this side. So mantengan su orilla de su camiseta y de sus guantes aquí, y luego denle combinado al reloj. Right, so then combine that with this watch there, and add the pocket. You kind of already have that guide we just put in. And so all we're doing is just coloring by numbers, man. Just follow the reference and just slowly work it in. Clean off the dry tip. Dry tip's a serious business. And there you go. Now work around your way around over here. And up here, there's a lot of separations going on. So we're going to use both of our curve sets here on the straightest parts. So aquí vamos a hacer unas líneas, ¿verdad? Usando nuestras dos curvas y un poco de negro. Y la referencia, más o menos nos damos cuenta de dónde van estas líneas y las empezamos a agregar. And this part over here is pretty much just filled in with black, but you want to keep your line here. Right? You get that all filled in. Simple. Okay, so we're getting to this part up here in the face, and there's still quite a bit left on the gun, I guess, and this piece here, which I think we could just go ahead and just keep working on the jacket. Right, so we take this off, and this area is it's kind of holding this badge here, so we're just gonna kind of fill it in with gray all the way. Then we're gonna come back, hit it with black. But we want to keep that edge, right? So queremos mantener nuestra orilla aquí. So vamos a poner nuestra orilla y le vamos a dar con negro. And just hit that all in with some black. Keep that edge. You see that nice little edge? We want to make sure we keep that. And let's see here. We can start off with this side. Right here. Bring in some gray. And going off the edge over here. Now we're going to come in with black. And keep this edge right here. Just go ahead and shade that going up. Add the little bit of wrinkles we have there. And then we can go ahead and take this off. Ya podemos quitar esta parte grande de aquí. And here there's another pocket. Don't you love pockets? And again, just using this. We kind of have the edge of our pocket already there. So we're just going to use some black and kind of connect those two lines. Right along the edge right there. Going to take this upper edge and do the top. So usando nuestras orillas aquí con nuestra curva. Estamos haciendo el bolsillo que se ve. Right? And then there's like another little, like a badge right here. And we could just do that in freehand. And then just shade that in. You want to keep an edge, make sure you keep an edge. Like so. We're just creating those nice little highlights, right? Every time we keep an edge going. And then we're going to come back in with some gray first. And add the little texture that's going here. And follow that up with the black. Cool. And we could take this piece off. Right. Yeah, quitando esta parte de aquí. Esta parte es casi toda negra. Alright, so this piece here is just a little bit black. Gonna hit that edge. Oh, that's gray. So vamos a hacer con negro alrededor. And we're gonna leave that edge. Make sure you leave that edge nice and bright. Kind of just follow your stencil, your reference picture. Then we could take off this top piece of the gun. So ya podemos quitar esa parte de ahí. And this is kind of all gray. And keep messing up the gray and the black. So esta parte es gris. We're going to fill that in. Let it dry. Then we're going to leave that edge. You see how it's kind of white? We're going to come back in with our straight edge. Just a little bit off of it. Just hit it with black. You see we create that second edge. And coming off the top over here. Just a little edge right there. Yeah. We can take off the bottom piece. And again, come back in with some gray. So quitamos la parte de abajo y vamos a regresar con gris. Gonna hit this all in with gray right there, right?
No juice.
More juice?
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 minute, okay? Right, so then I'm gonna hit that. Come back in. We're gonna put our curve here. Put our other curve. Like so. Hit that little triangle right there. Bam. Then we could come back with our edge. Put this right here. Boom. I'm going to take this off. And this is kind of black, but it's only black in the center, so you want to leave that nice bright white going along the edge of both sides. So just fill in the middle. Just like that. We could take this piece off. And this piece. So ya podemos quitar esas partes de ahí. Y vamos a empezar con esta parte de aquí. So I'm just going to start with this piece. Bring in some black. And just hit that edge. Same thing on this side. I'm going to start by hitting that edge. Right? Then all I'm going to do is kind of leave that same highlight off the edges and just fill in the center parts. Just like that. Bam. And we're getting closer to the face, so this will probably be the last. This is the last piece of the coat. Oh, and there's a piece of the gun and the watch. So, ya aquí rellenando esta parte de aquí es muy simple. So again, start off with the gray. And we're going to kind of shade it off, going off this way and that way. Right here. Come back in with black. And hit that edge up there. I'm going to hit it off the bottom here. And kind of come around. Just like that. And let's see here, we could take off this piece. So ya podemos quitar esa parte de arriba de la pistola. Right, come back in with some gray. And just build up what you see. You know, always look at your reference. Make sure you're keeping an eye on that reference picture. And this part's kind of sketch, but there's an easy way to do it. Right, so we get our little stencil here. Start hitting that edge, just one. Just bring it all the way down, right? And to get this effect really good, we're going to have to come back in with the white. Totally fine. And then we can take off our watch here. Ya podemos quitar el reloj. And we're going to keep our edge here. So we're going to come off with some details. Go around it. The circle here. Cool. Then we have this last piece right here. And we could just hit that with some gray. Just like that. Okay, now we get into the face. So it's important to do the face before all this other stuff around it, because and we want to make sure we keep this kind of good, which yay paper. Right. So of course right now all the overspray is kind of marked off your eyes, so it's just good, so you know where your eyes are. And we're just going to start off with some peach. So as you can kind of see, it's all starting to come together little by little. But we're going to start working here on the face. And we're just going to work in the detail we see on the picture. Don't worry about painting over the eyes because it's totally fine. We're going to use that stencil to come back and really bring in what we bring out those eyes. So no se preocupen mucho sobre los ojos, pero usen donde están los ojos como guía para poner sus sombras. Y estamos usando el color que se llama peach y gris para hacer la textura de la piel. Right, so once you got the peach in there, just come back in with some gray. But now you want to really start coming in a little detail. Really start bringing that out. You know, and peach and gray is really going to give you a nice, kind of cool skin tone. It's kind of different, but it's also going to look really, really good. You can just use your guides. Right, and just a little bit of black just to bring out the eyebrows and a little bit around the eyes, right? So vamos a hacer un poquito de negro nomás para sacar las cejas. Y un poco alrededor de los ojos y la nariz, ¿verdad? Para que le dé forma. Just be real gentle, real careful with black. You're not trying to overdo it. You're just trying to get it in there, get that shape in there. Once you have that all in, right? Now you come back in, put your stencil in place. Right, line it up. Back in with some white. Hit those eyes with the white. Bam! Look at that. Right? So now we can move around. And we're going to start off at the top of the head here. This is beanie. And we're just going to come back in with some gray. And we're going to start adding lines. So ya aquí ya empezamos con su capa, su bonilla. Y nomás agregándole líneas finas de arriba para abajo. Del centro de la bonilla, pues de la capa. De su chupeta de la cabeza. Right, that's all I'm doing, and then just gonna kind of shade it in. Same thing on the top. Just gonna come back in with some lines. Take off this piece. Si acabando la parte de arriba, podemos empezar la parte aquí que cubre arriba de los ojos. Usando la misma forma, empezar con el gris y hacer líneas. It's the same thing on this bottom piece. Just start off with the gray. Start cutting some lines. And if you like watching these videos, you know, it always helps if you hit that like button, or you share it out, or even just drop a comment saying you like it, saying you want to see more. Lets me know what kind of videos you like watching, you know. So si les gusta ver este video, you know, si les gusta ver videos como este, es muy bueno darle un me gusta o suscríbanse o dejen un comentario diciendo que les gusta, así me deja saber qué clase de videos les gustan. I'm fighting with the black dry tip right now. Just bring these lines in. And here we can start off by taking off this piece and this piece. So ya aquí ya empezando con la máscara, quitamos estas dos partes que son alrededor de los filtros, ¿va? So it has this, he has like a filtered mask on, right? So like a gas mask or like a mask you'd use for painting. And we're just gonna hold that in with black. So aquí ya no me la vamos a hacer con negro. We're gonna take off this big portion of the mask. So esta parte mayor de la máscara vamos a quitar. Y empezando con el gris, vamos a darle un poco de gris alrededor. So we're just gonna start off with some gray. And kind of shade it in with gray. Right, but if you look at this part of the mask in the reference picture, there's actually quite a bit of detail. That's all I'm going to start doing is I'm just going to start building up that little detail there. Ya nomás aquí estamos usando la referencia para agregar el detalle de la máscara. Then we can go ahead and take this off. And use your curve here. We kind of have this sharp edge. And it's always nice using your curve along with a little bit of freehand. And don't ever forget, we're still coming back in with white to add some more highlights and stuff. Take off this piece back here. Kind of black that in. Then all that's left is these pieces. So we can take off all this. And we could just go ahead and fill those in. So ya de aquí ya podemos quitar las partes finales. Y darle esos detalles. So make sure you add your little details that are in these last pieces. And now you can start to really go all out, as they say, and start adding your detail in where you see fit. So ya en este momento ya pueden empezar a agregarle detalles como ustedes quieran. Right? Because everybody's going to want to add little different stuff here and there. So you just add what you like. And you can really just start taking all day just detailing it out and add stuff that you see. And I'll do some of that just to show you, you know. But at this point we could come back in with some white. So ya en este momento ya podemos cambiar al blanco. Y empezando aquí con la pistola. So first things first, we're going to start here with the gun. And just add some white highlights to this edge here. All I'm doing is adding these little white dots wherever we added kind of a line, right? So I did those scales kind of in this area, so all I'm doing is adding a line here, little dot in every line. And you got that little bling coming off of there. Right, maybe add just a little highlight off of there. Simple stuff. Hit this edge. Sí, aquí ya no me le estamos dando luces altas donde vemos que los diseños tienen diseños. Donde los diseños tienen luces altas. And you're gonna have to excuse me for 1 second so I can get the baby some juice. So déjame consigo un jugo para la niña y regreso. What's the matter? What happened? You spilled it. Oh man. Okay. Alright, so I got the baby some juice, so we're gonna keep on. Let's see here. Lost my train of thought, so. Oh yeah, I'm just adding some white highlights. You know, just come back in wherever you see it needs some highlights. Obviously some of your edges here. And I like adding soft highlights like this. You could add highlights using your French curve if you want. But I like the way they look just nice and soft like this. Y aquí ya nomás le estoy dando detalles a nomás sus luces altas donde vean. And add any details you see in the picture that are not here. Anywhere you see orange as well, you might want to start brightening it up because we're going to add that orange in. So vamos aquí a darle áreas altas donde va a ir anaranjado. Y vamos a hacerle que salpique el blanco todo alrededor, right? So we're going to hit that edge real good. Make sure that white splashes kind of all over. Then we're going to come back in with our curve here. Add these edges to our fabric. Vamos a empezar a darle aquí a las orillas de la tela de su chamarra, pues. And again, I like these soft edges. I like them to be kind of bright, kind of look like they're glowing. Right, so here we can start removing the letters that are orange. So that would be this target thing here. And then these, everything here where it says division. So ya podemos quitar nuestras letras aquí. Todo lo que va a ser anaranjado, aquí ya lo podemos quitar. So just take off what's going to be orange. Obviously, don't take off anything that's going to be white. Right. So make sure you get all this lettering off. At least everything that's orange. So quiten todo lo que va a ser anaranjado. Right. I'm gonna switch to some orange. Y aquí voy a cambiar a anaranjado. Right. So I'm going to switch to orange. The orange is nice and shook up. And then I'm going to go ahead and go over his watch here. I'm just going to make sure it fills in nice and orange and nice and bright. So bien anaranjado estas áreas. Right, I'm just going to hit these areas real good with orange. Same thing here. Good thing about the orange, transparent orange, you don't have to worry about it going over the black. It's never going to cover it, or it will, but it'll take forever. So you can kind of work freely on these. You don't have to worry about staying too much inside of the design. It's real easy to fill these in with orange. Make sure that's nice and filled in. So ya, asegúrense que todo eso está bien rellenado, bien limpio. Tomen un poco de blanco y darle luces altas aquí donde está saliendo anaranjado, right? So anywhere that orange is kind of coming out, we're just going to come back and build another tone of white. Just add another little tone of white. We're going to go back over it with orange. So yeah, le agregamos otra capa de blanco, ¿verdad? Y luego le vamos a dar más más anaranjado. Y eso va a darle detalles de anaranjado, right? So that adds some orange details. Go over that orange, make sure it dries up real good. Nice and dry. Now we add our final highlight, right? So ya nuestra luz final sobre estas áreas. Make sure this little piece right here get nice and close. Just a little dot, that's all it takes. Same thing up here. Just accent what you have there. Bam. So then after that, we take our part that we had cut out earlier, right? We line that up pretty good in there. And it should still be sticky. We're just going to take some white. We're going to go ahead and hit that. Ya no usando esa parte, estamos rellenando aquí el blanco. Alright, just hit that as best you can. And make sure you fill in that A. This is hard to do at an angle. Have to get behind the camera for that. That's pretty much it. Oh, we got to remove the 2 as well. And there you go. So there you go. That's that whole piece from start to finish. Got the nice clean lettering. And just go up. And there you go. Let me know what you guys think in the video, in the comments, you know, if you like it, if you don't like it. I think it looks pretty good. I like that a lot. So yeah, hopefully this video helps some of you guys out, you know, just separating the sections and seeing the process, you know. I know a lot of people just try to go in ham on everything at once, but really separating it out, just giving yourself a little bit of time on each little area really helps out. So thanks for watching. You know, as always, if you like the video, hit the like button. There's links down in the description where you could help out the stream directly. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. So ahí está, amigos, ahí se ve el diseño muy bien. Ya todo está bien cortado, bien pintado, y se mira muy bien. Ojalá ahí les ayude. Ya viendo el proceso, unos de ustedes ya pueden aprender y pueden comprender más de cómo usar el aerógrafo para hacer sus diseños, sus dibujos. Y como siempre, si les gusta el video, denle un me gusta, suscríbanse si quieren ver más videos como este. En la descripción hay un link donde si me quieren ayudar a hacer más videos como este, me pueden ayudar. También hay links para comprar todos los materiales, la pintura y plástico y todo en los links. Y si usan esos links, me ayuda también a mí. Ojalá les guste, les ayude y nos vemos en el video que sigue. Al rato, amigos.